I'm going to be rebuilding the Edmonton Oilers after losing in the Stanley Cup Finals yet again to the Florida Panthers. Dear God, I hope this rebuild never even hits YouTube. The roster we are very familiar with. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman on that first line. A 99, 97, and 87. We get a +5 boost there. We got Victor Arvidsson with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Evander Kane, Jeff Skinner, Adam Henrique, and Kasperi Kapanen, and then Perry, Frederick, and Janmark to round out the forward core. Defensively, they are much improved off of previous seasons. Ekholm and Bouchard fits very well. We got Darnell alongside Jake Wallman, Troy Stetcher, and Brett Kulak. But I am probably going to have to move these lineups around a little bit just to make sure the chemistry will work throughout the entirety of the regular season. And then between the pipes, we got Skinner and Pickard. Two absolute GOATs that have made the Cup Finals in back-to-back seasons. Will they get it done? I don't know. The first order of business is pretty simple. Get rid of the Darnell Nurse contract. I got him to waive his no-movement clause. We're going after Zellweger and Lacombe from Anaheim, and that trade will go through. We had to give up a second and as well as Brett Kulak. This might be a little bit of an overpay, but I did hear a rumor that Edmonton was trying to get Jeremy Swayman at the beginning of the season this year, so we're going Skinner for Swayman straight up with a first, 2 seconds, and a third, and the Boston Bruins fans are going to be cheering on the streets when we announce this deal. Might be an overpay, but at the end of the day, we get an 88 overall netminder. Now, typically, I would not want to be moving Mattias Ekholm, but in this game, he falls off very quickly. By next season, he'll be down to an 85, and the year after, probably 84, 83, so he doesn't really stay at a high overall. He's an 87 right now. We're going after Sean Durzi, who is an 86, so only 1 overall less, but is much younger, signed long-term. We also got Janmark, a 6th, 3rd, and a 5th-round pick into the trade, and the Utah Hockey Club have accepted my offer. We also got Nick Bjugstad as a third-line center. Our forward core doesn't really change much, but Nick Bjugstad will slot in nicely as our third-line center. Defensively, we got Wallman, Bouchard, Durzi, Zellweger, Lacombe, and Stetcher. Also, Zellweger and Lacombe, they're young. They're going to get better. We got 3 full seasons to win a Stanley Cup in this video, so I'm praying that by year 2 and year 3, they just grow in overall to the point where it'll equal out removing Nurse and Ekholm from this defense core. Like I said before, we got 3 full seasons to bring the Stanley Cup back to Berta. Otherwise, not only am I full of shame, but I also fail the challenge of the video. A 3-year rebuild with the Edmonton Oilers. Here we go. Here we are at the trade deadline. 41, 19, and 2 is our record. We're going after Drake Batherson. I want to add to our top 6, and I think he will fit very nicely. So I got to give up 2 prospects, an Akey and O'Reilly. We got a 2nd and a 3rd-round pick, and then Trent Frederick just to make the contracts right. And there we go. This is a really good deal for us here in Ottawa, so we're definitely saying yes. Edmonton's going to finish with a very respectable record of 52, 25, and 5, 109 points, top of our division, and we were the 3rd best team in the league, only finishing behind Tampa Bay, who had 54 wins, and the Colorado Avalanche, so we are a cup contender. I think we bolstered our team and made it a little bit better. McDavid, on paper, just had his best season. 71 goals, 163 points is absurd. Leon Draisaitl had 120. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the second line had 91 points, which honestly is pretty impressive. We get Zach Hyman with 79. Evan Bouchard had an okay year. I mean, 18 goals is very impressive by a D-man. Drake Batherson was a -12, but he did play in Ottawa for most of the season. And for Jeremy Swayman, I mean, a 904. I expected a little bit better than that, but 6 shutouts and 44 wins is not too shabby. Of course, Connor's going to go ahead, lead the league in scoring. 163 points is out of this world, and he had the most goals at 71. Despite Pasternak scoring 62, he was not even remotely close alongside Matthews, McKinnon, and Braden Point. Andrei Vasilevsky will lead in wins, although Swayman was only 2 behind him. Jeremy Swayman also is going to go ahead, not tie in shutouts, as Boston picked up Carter Hart at an 85 overall, and the dude outperformed Jeremy Swayman. So they traded Swayman, they got something back for him, and then they signed a goaltender that is in some controversy, and he's going to play like an absolute stud. A .919 save percentage, 9 shutouts. There is no excuse to lose to the young and inexperienced Chicago Blackhawks in the first round. We got to get by them, and we got to march towards the Stanley Cup Finals. We are up 3-1 in this series, just like we should be, heading into a very pivotal game number 5 where we can end this series. First period, though, Chicago is going to strike Tyler Myers and Tyler Bertuzzi, a 2-0 lead after 1. Second period, 4-0 lead, and the Blackhawks will force a Game 6. I swear to God, if we end up losing to Chicago in the first round, I'm going to absolutely and utterly snap snap. Come on, Oilers. Let's finish this series in 6. First period, down 3-2. We are allowing way too many goals. 3 goals on 12 shots is unacceptable. Second period, oh my god. We're gonna have a game 7 thanks to EA Sports and their shit sim engine. It's almost like, what is the point of building a good team if the EA sim engine is just gonna screw you over in the end anyways? First period in game 7, up 3-0. There we go. Second period, 5-0 lead. And thankfully, after pounding Chicago, we're actually gonna move on to the second round. It is almost as if that series should not have gone to 7 games and should have been done in a gentleman's sweep as we move on to play the Vancouver Canucks and the Riding Saints. It's almost as if that series should have never went to 7. Should have been done in 5. We move on to play Vancouver here in the second round. Very similar with that. We are up 2-0 over them, trying to take a stranglehold on this series as we lose game 3. Lose game 4, heading into a pivotal game number 5 where we also lose and we will face elimination. Just great. Absolutely perfect. Backs are against the wall here in Vancouver for game 6. First period. Oh my god. EA Sports, man. What do I do to end up deserving this in the end? The sim engine does not make sense at all. Drake Batherson was our best player, 16 points in 13 games. McDavid only had 15 and was a -1. We got Zach Hyman with 15. Leon Draisaitl didn't play that well. Jeff Skinner was decent, I guess. He had 6 goals to his name. And Jeremy Swayman gave us a .909 save percentage through 13 games of the postseason. Does that say the New Jersey Devils beat Vancouver in Game 7 of the finals? Connor McDavid is indeed Connor McDavid. We got Cale Makar winning the Norris. Jesper Bratt is the Conn Smythe winner. Jacob Markstrom's going to take home the Vezina, and Nico Hischier the Selke. So I guess the Devils were just a legit super team this season. Here we are in free agency where we do not have a lot of room to sign pretty much anybody. I mean, we got $4.2 million to spend. I am going to go ahead and try to spend it and try to get somebody back. We are going to most likely lose Jeff Skinner, which honestly, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. He's up to an 85 overall. He wants too much money that we literally cannot afford. We are pretty much going to bring back the same exact team. Not too many changes in the forward core. We did re-sign Nick Bukestad, so we're pretty much running out the exact same group. Defensively now, we add in Nate Schmidt. Definitely helps out, round out this D-core. We got him and Zellweger on that bottom pair, Dursey and Lacombe, and then Jakey Wallman alongside Evan Bouchard. And I'm expecting a very big season out of an 87 overall Jeremy Swayman. I'm going to try to re-sign McDavid at $14.2 million, 8 seasons, a full no movement clause, of course, and I am praying that he will accept this offer. Otherwise, it might be a little bit troublesome trying to re-sign him and get him to return for one final season for this video. And there we go. We locked up McDavo long term. We only got 2 years left in the video anyways, but we don't have to worry about massively overpaying him. I mean, any money value pretty much will not be an overpay. But $14 million is damn good value for a 99 overall superstar. I don't know what it is with NHL 25, but nobody wants to go to the Oilers. Everybody is clause protected here at the trade deadline, a record of 43-16-5. I want to go after Pyotr Kochetkov. I know we have Swayman, but if he falters come playoff time, an 86 overall Kochetkov can definitely help us out. They want a first round draft pick in return. I have a feeling that's not going to be enough, so I will throw in a third rounder as well, and there we go. I'm happy to accept this proposal. Kochetkov now is a member of the Edmonton Oilers. Another solid season by the Edmonton Oilers as we ended up going 53-24-5, 111 points again at the top of the Pacific as we were the 4th best team in the league this season behind Carolina, Toronto, and the Florida Panthers, who are our arch rivals in the Stanley Cup Finals. We may meet again. McDavid just going off pretty much every year of the video, 146 points. Leon had 114, Hyman with 87 and a 30-goal year. Evan Bouchard was solid with 86. Nuge had 76. Batherson 71. A lot of offense coming out of this Edmonton Oilers team. And we got 2 strong goaltenders. Swayman was much better this season, a .917 save percentage alongside 8 shutouts. And then if he ends up failing come playoff time, we can go with Pyotr Kochetkov, who I'm not going to lie, in the 6 games he played with Edmonton was utter trash. An .863 save percentage, a .413, .415 GAA. It will be an absolute bloodbath. The Battle of Alberta in the very first round. This could be a war. We all know that war is written by the victor, so I'm praying that will be the Edmonton Oilers as the Battle of Alberta will commence once again. We gentlemen swept them in 2022. Let's see if we can have a rinse and repeat. Game 5 is elimination time for the Calgary Flames on home ice here in Edmonton. First period, a 2-0 lead. Leon and Nuggy gets us going. Second period, a 5-3 game. and a high-scoring affair will result in an Edmonton Oilers victory as we move on to round 2. Hold up a minute. Does that say we had 50 shots on goal? In the second round, we are going to play the Vegas Golden Knights, which we did in real life this season. We gentlemen swept them. I'm praying it's going to be the same. We lose game 1, end up losing game 2 as well, which is not a great sign. Our season is essentially on the line, down 2-0 to Vegas. You can't go down 3-0 and expect to win a playoff series. First period, all tied up at 1 apiece. Second period, we will take the lead, and the Edmonton Oilers will hold on and win their first game in the second round. Let's see if we can tie up the series. First period, 1-0 lead for Vegas. It's none other than William Karlsson. Second period, it is all knotted up at 1. And the Vegas Golden Knights are going to go up 3-1 in this series up against the Edmonton Oilers. A big third from them. Tolavainen and Cormier will score. Evander Kane got one on Aiden Hill, but it was just not enough. All right, let's see if we can mount a comeback in this series. First period, down 2-1, Dorofeyev and Barbashev. Second period, it is all knotted up at 2. Drake Batherson will tie the game up. The shots are low. The score is low, as the Oilers are just sitting here trying to force a Game 6 back in Vegas, but Kuravanta will score, and then Mark Stone to extend the bleeding, extend the lead. 5 minutes remaining here in the third. As this game is over, a 5-2 win for Vegas. They're off to the second round as we just got gentlemen swept. I don't know what is going on with Connor McDavid. He usually sims so well. Only 2 goals in 10 games and 15 points. I mean, the points are nice, but he tends to dominate a little more than that. Batherson, again, 2 straight seasons of being a great playoff performer for us. Leon Draisaitl had 6 goals and 6 assists. Hyman and Nuge both had 10 points. And for Jeremy Swayman, he was decent. I mean, a .910 save percentage is not horrible. Had 1 shutout, but it was just not good enough, man. We ran into Vegas in the second round, and I don't know what went wrong. The Colorado Avalanche will go on, and again, just like 2022, end up beating the Tampa Bay Lightning in 6 games in the Stanley Cup Finals. Austin Matthews is going to win the Ted Lindsay. Maurice Richard will go to Pasta. Art Ross to Connor McDavid and the Hart Trophy. Makar is going to win the Norris yet again, as well as another Conn Smythe. Swayman will go ahead and win the Vezina, and Robert Thomas will be your Selke winner. The only free agent that I ended up signing in free agency was Adam Lowry. He was an 85. He's actually dropped down to an 84. We got Bukestad back. Evander Kane re-signed. Pretty much the same forward core. Matt Savoy, though, is an 83 overall. We could potentially throw him up on the wing alongside Nugent Hopkins and Drake Batherson. Defensively, everybody's coming back. Nate Schmidt is an 80, so hopefully this decor is good enough to get it done. Bouchard now has grown all the way to a 93 overall. And Jeremy Swayman is up to an 89 after winning the Vezina, and then Kochekov at our backup, or as our backup. 86 overall is not too bad. We can go to either of these guys throughout the entirety of the postseason. Oh no, things are not going our way. 27-25-0. Somehow our division is so bad that we're actually second place right now, but I'm not that confident that if we're going to finish with a very mediocre record that we can actually go all the way and win the Stanley Cup in our third and final season. We are going to have to pray for a major turnaround for the Edmonton Oilers in the final push here towards the playoffs. An absolute overhaul for Quinn Hughes. I don't know what it is with Vancouver, but man, they always have him on the chopping block. We got Nugent Hopkins, 2 firsts, 2 seconds for Quinn. They can live with what we're asking for, but at the end of the day, the value is not there. The first round picks are useless considering this is the final season. Do I really got to go ahead and give up 4 first rounders for a 97 overall Quinn Hughes with Ryan Nugent Hopkins? They still do not want to go through with the trade. I tried to take a big swing, and I definitely missed. Let me try Zach Hyman and 4 first rounders for Quinn Hughes. Yeah, they're going to reject pretty much any offer that I'm going to offer them. The value is just not good enough for a 97 overall franchise defenseman. Instead, I want a leader. I want a guy who I know is going to show up come playoff time. Sid the Kid Crosby for Nugent Hopkins and 2 first round picks. They have rejected it. I have a feeling if I add in the 2029 first rounder, the Pittsburgh Penguins still rejecting my offer. I want a 94 overall Crosby to add to the Edmonton Oilers, and it just does not look like it's going to happen. I am trying to go after a difference maker, a guy that I know will help us out in the playoffs, and there we go. Hyman and 4 firsts for Sid the Kid from Pittsburgh, and now a team of Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby are poised to go far and deep in this playoff run. Otherwise, I just went ahead and sold the entirety of the Edmonton Oilers' future for basically a 39-year-old who's who's probably going to retire in a year or two. And oh, did I forget to mention that we need to re-sign him in the offseason? Thank God this is only a 3-year sim. 3 straight seasons of being the best team in the Pacific. This was definitely by far and away our worst record, 45-35-2, 92 points in the season. I mean, Colorado, they had 122 points with a 57-win year, so we're not even close to sniffing the top of the NHL. We're actually one of the worst teams to make the postseason, all the way down at 14th overall. Despite McDavid and Draisaitl going nuclear, I mean, Connor had 151 points, Leon with 134 as well, 61 goals, and then, oh yeah, we picked up Sid, who had 31 goals and 100 points even at age 39. Bouchard was damn near point per game. Batherson was decent. A lot of minuses on our team, though. Guys like Nugent Hopkins are definitely declining, but luckily Jeremy Swayman was pretty good. A .910 save percentage, 7 shutouts, and 36 wins. Kochetkov really didn't see the net too often, as yet again we play the Chicago Blackhawks in the first round of the postseason in what will be our final playoff run of the video. We got rid of the dirty Blackhawks in 6 games in the first round. Move on to play Seattle, which will be our first playoff series ever against this franchise in the second round or in the playoffs at all. We ended up sweeping them, absolutely dominated to now play the Winnipeg Jets in the Western Conference Finals. The Oilers have dominated their way to the Stanley Cup Finals, where we play the New Jersey Devils. I believe they actually won it in the very first season. We end up losing 6-5 in overtime in game 1. We have to have a strong pushback. We don't get that done. Down 2-0 in the finals, down 3-0 in the finals. Edmonton, what is going on? We literally made it this far just to get dominated in the finals. 2-1 lead after 1, second period, up 5-2. There will be a game 5, thankfully. But we have a lot of work to do if we want to claw our way all the way back in this series and eventually win it. Game 5, again, elimination game for the Edmonton Oilers. Entering the third, it is a 1-1 tie as the Devils. The cup is here on home ice. It will be potentially presented, but Matt Savoy on the power play. And then Drake Batherson will seal the deal. The Oilers have forced a Game 6. A similar position to what the Edmonton Oilers are in tonight. Down 3-2 in the series, trying to force a Game 7, I believe, not back on home ice in this universe, back in New Jersey. First period, we got a 1-1 tie. Second period, 2-1 lead for the Devils. Dawson Mercer will give them the lead here in the third. Power play for New Jersey. We got to kill it off. Yes, we do. Another power play. How many times are we going to head to the sin bin, Edmonton? Yes! Captain Connor McDavid will tie the game up on Anthony Stolarz, who is a member of the Devils now. Overtime it is then in Game 6 with the season on the line, the cup in the building. The Oilers trying to force a Game 7. Will they be able to do so? Or will the New Jersey Devils win the Stanley Cup here in Edmonton tonight? Siegenthaler the other way. He's going to have to regroup. Over to Jack Hughes. Hughes entering the zone. To Timo Meier. Back to Brett. Doesn't get a shot on net, though. Draisaitl. Oh, my God. Leon. That is a bad turnover. Here we go the other way. Up to Leon Draisaitl. Entering the zone. Over to McDavid. Takes a shot, and Stolarz will flash his leather. McDavid with 46 points in the playoffs. Crosby is 36. Leon 32 or 38, something of that sort. And why does Connor McDavid not have a helmet on? What is going on? McDavid wins the draw. Back to Bouchard. What on earth was that, Evan? You could have absolutely bombed that one away, buddy. Jack Hughes gets ragdolled like a little kid, just like he did in Four Nations. Jake Wallman the other way. Wallman losing the puck, though. Absolutely running into the defender. Crosby. Oh, my God. Sid, how do you miss that? How does Sidney Crosby, with all that experience, all that poise, and all that talent, miss that puck there? He rang it off the bar. Up to Crosby. He's got no stamina. The old man is tired. Over to Nugent Hopkins, gaining the zone onto the New Jersey Devils. Waiting for a winner right now. Oh my God, Nico Hischier the other way, turning on the wheels. Hischier trying to center that puck. Wallman losing it. Hischier will bury it, and there it is. The New Jersey Devils will do it. They had a 3-0 series lead. The Edmonton Oilers in the final year of the video were unable to get it done, as the Devils end up beating us in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. What a heartbreaking way to go out, man. I mean, McDavid was good. 21 goals, 46 points. Draisaitl had 38. Crosby with 36, and we still couldn't get it done. Like, what would it take to win a goddamn Stanley Cup? We even got .910 save percentage goaltending from none other than Jeremy Swayman, who went 14-4-2. McDavid will take home the Ted Lindsay, the Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. We got P. Shorzy winning the Maurice Richard, Cale McCarthy, Norris, the Conn Smythe, the Hischier. Connor Hellebuck's going to win the Vezina, and for the Selke, it is going to go to Robert Thomas yet again. Well, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. wrap your willy.